The rain drizzled lightly over New York City as an older black man, dressed in a simple but clean suit, walked toward the towering headquarters of Titan Enterprises. He moved at a steady pace, his face calm and unreadable. No security detail, no entourage, just a man with purpose. As he entered the grand lobby, the gleaming marble floors reflected the golden lights above. Employees moved with precision, their polished shoes clicking against the floor as they rushed to their offices. No one paid him any mind, until he stepped toward the reception desk. "Excuse me," the man said, his voice deep but steady. "I have an appointment with Mr. Ethan Bennett, the branch CEO." The young receptionist barely glanced at him before typing into her computer. After a few moments, she frowned. "I'm sorry, sir, but I don't see your name on the appointment list." "Check again," the man said patiently. "James Williams." The receptionist hesitated, then glanced toward the security desk, where a large, muscular guard named Mike stood with his arms crossed. "Sir, are you sure you have an appointment?" she asked. "I wouldn't be here otherwise," James replied. Mike chuckled, stepping forward. "All right, old man, let's not waste time here. People like you don't just walk in asking for meetings with the CEO. This isn't some charity organization." James held his gaze. "I assure you, I have important business." Mike scoffed. "Yeah? And I'm the president. Now, turn around before I have to escort you out myself." At that moment, a woman in a navy blue suit approached. Lisa Carter, the head of our, had been observing the interaction from a distance. "Is there a problem here?" she asked, her tone firm. "Yeah," Mike replied. "This guy claims he has a meeting with the CEO. But he's not on the list. I was just about to remove him." Lisa turned to James. "Sir, who are you here to see?" "Ethan Bennett," James replied. Lisa nodded, then turned back to Mike. "Then let him through." Mike scoffed. "Come on, Lisa, you really think this guy has a meeting with the CEO? Just look at him." Lisa's eyes hardened. "I don't judge visitors by their clothes. Mike, if he says he has an appointment, we verify. Unless you have a valid reason to stop him, let him through." Before Mike could argue, a sharp voice cut through the air. "What the hell is going on here?" Daniel Green, the vice president, stepped forward, his tailored suit pristine, his expression filled with irritation. "Just handling a trespasser, sir," Mike said, gesturing toward James. Daniel's gaze raked over the older man, his lip curling in disdain. "Lisa, why are you wasting time on this? This man does not belong here. He says he has an appointment with the CEO." Lisa insisted. Daniel chuckled, shaking his head. "Oh, does he? Let me guess. Ethan personally invited him for a tea party?" He turned to James, his voice condescending. "Listen, pal, I don't know who you think you are, but Titan Enterprises is not a place for people like you." James remained silent. Daniel smirked. "Let me make this simple. You are not welcome here. We run a professional business, and we don't have time for distractions. Now leave before I have security throw you out." Then, without warning, Daniel shoved James. The older man stumbled slightly but quickly regained his footing. Lisa gasped. "Daniel, that's assault." "Oh, please," Daniel scoffed. "He'll be fine." But before he could continue, the entire room fell silent. A presence had arrived. The elevator doors opened, and Ethan Bennett, the CEO, stepped into the lobby. The entire staff snapped to attention. Ethan exuded authority, his tailored black suit perfectly in place. But when his eyes met James's, his expression changed instantly. His confident posture stiffened, his face drained of color, his lips parted slightly in shock. Then, to the absolute disbelief of everyone in the room, Ethan stepped forward and bowed his head slightly. "Chairman Williams," he said carefully, his voice laced with respect. I wasn't aware you would be visiting today." The silence in the lobby became deafening. Lisa's eyes widened. Mike's face turned ghostly white. Daniel blinked, his smirk disappearing in an instant. "Wait, what?" Jonathan, the administrative director, stammered. "He's the chairman?" Ethan nodded slowly. "Yes, this man is James Williams, the chairman of Titan Enterprises, the man who built this company." Mike staggered backward. Daniel's entire body tensed. James finally spoke, his voice calm but firm. "I like to visit my branches unannounced, to see how my employees behave when no one is watching. And today, I saw everything." Mike stammered. Sir, I didn't know. James's eyes darkened. Would you have treated me differently if you did? Daniel swallowed hard. Chairman, this was just a misunderstanding. James cut him off. Misunderstanding? You shoved me. You insulted me. You refused to let me enter the company I own. Daniel's confidence shattered. Please, sir, I have a family. James didn't waver. And how many others have suffered under your leadership because of your mindset? His voice became icy. You're fired. Effective immediately. Daniel's breath caught. Please, no. James said simply. You made your choice. Now live with it. Security stepped in, dragging Daniel and Mike out as they pleaded for another chance. The employees in the lobby watched in stunned silence. James turned to Jonathan, the administrative director. Do you have anything to say? Jonathan trembled. I was just following orders. James shook his head. If you lack the courage to stand against injustice, then you are unfit to lead. You're fired as well. Jonathan didn't argue. He simply lowered his head in defeat. James then turned to Lisa, his expression softening. Thank you for standing up for what's right. Lisa hesitated. I was just doing my job. Ethan smiled. Then it's time you got a promotion. How does Vice President of Human Resources sound? Lisa gasped. Are you serious? James nodded. We need more people like you in leadership. As James turned to leave, his gaze swept across the employees in the lobby. He didn't need to say anything else. The message was clear. Titan Enterprises would never tolerate discrimination again. And with that, the doors closed behind him.